Welcome to College Sport Check for Friday, February 5th. And scores and schedules. First, the scores. I'm going to start the college basketball scores for Wednesday and Thursday. Starting on Wednesday, scores is as follows. Villanova defeating Creighton 83-58. Maryland defeats Nebraska 70-65. Iowa over Penn State 73-49. Xavier over St. John's 90-83. Kansas defeating Kansas State 77-59. Virginia over Boston College 61-47. Miami over Notre Dame 79-70. Wichita State over Southern Illinois 76-55. Arizona over Washington State 79-64. Albany defeats UMBC 79-73. Washington over Arizona State 95-83. Florida over Arkansas 87-83. The Army defeats Lafayette 84-81. Stony Brook over Binghamton 76-51. Boston University over the Navy 83-72. American University defeats Bucknell 69-55. Cal State Northridge over UC Riverside 73-71. Longwood over Campbell 80-79. North Carolina Asheville defeating Charleston Southern 63-55. And then Charleston defeats North Carolina A&T 92-72. Coastal Carolina defeats Presbyterian 69-66. George Washington over Davidson 79-69. Northern Iowa over Evans 57-54. San Jose State defeats Fresno 65-53. Gardner Webb over High Point 79-74. George Mason over Richmond 78-74. Illinois defeats Rutgers 110-101. Illinois State defeats Loyola Chicago 78-70. Lehigh defeats Loyola Maryland 71-66. Vermont defeating Maine 85-68. Seton Hall over Marquette 79-62. UMass over Hartford 85-83. Ole Miss defeats Missouri 76-73. Texas Tech over Oklahoma State 63-61. Western Illinois over Omaha 83-76. St. Bonaventure defeats St. Joseph's 83-73. UC Irvine over Cal Poly 78-72. And VCU over LaSalle 88-70. And those are the basketball scores for Wednesday. Here are the college basketball scores for Thursday, February 4th, as follows. Vanderbilt defeats Texas A&M 77-60. Oregon over Colorado 76-56. Tennessee Martin over Austin Peay 86-77. St. Francis PA defeats Bryant 63-57. Central Connecticut State over Robert Morris 65-60. Seattle over Chicago State 59-56. UConn defeats Memphis 77-57. Ellen over Delaware 83-56. Detroit over Cleveland State 71-63. East Tennessee State over VMI 71-60. Eastern Kentucky over Tennessee State 97-81. Eastern Washington defeats Northern Arizona 84-73. Alabama Birmingham over Florida International 74-69. Fairleigh Dickinson over Wagner 82-79. Middle Tennessee over Florida Atlantic 85-73. Furman defeats Samford 67-65. Gonzaga over LMU 92-63. New Mexico State over Grand Canyon 70-50. Green Bay defeats Northern Kentucky 85-78. Hawaii over UC Santa Barbara 76-64. IPFW over South Dakota 95-82. Denver over IUPUI 53-51. Idaho over South Utah 68-44. North Dakota defeats Idaho State 76-60. James Madison over Drexel 78-56. Louisiana Lafayette defeats Appalachian State 87-76. Louisiana Tech over Rice 90-78. Quinnipiac over Marist 79-53. UTEP over Marshall, 112-108. Go Miners. Wright State defeats Milwaukee, 84-83. Northwestern over Minnesota, 82-58. Sacramento over Montana, 83-79. Portland State over Montana State, 83-68. Belmont defeats Morehead State, 73-67. LIU Brooklyn over Mount St. Mary's, 77-74. Murray State over Southeast Missouri State, 78-72. North Dakota State over Oral Roberts, 67-63. San Diego defeats Pacific, 54-43. Portland over Pepperdine, 73-70. Arkansas State over South Alabama, 79-73. North Texas defeats Southern Miss, 70-54. Cincinnati over South Florida, 88-57. Sacred Heart defeats St. Francis of Brooklyn, 74-70. BYU over St. Mary, 70-59. And Georgia on my mind. Georgia State defeating Texas State, 59-56. And Georgia Southern defeating Texas Arlington, 82-73. Charleston defeats Towson, 65-47. Arkansas Little Rock over Troy, 72-49. Temple over Tulsa, 83-79. Cal State Fulton over UC Davis, 61-57. Central Florida over Tulane, 70-62. USC over UCLA, 80-61. Cal State Bakersfield over UMKC, 77-66. North Carolina Wilmington over Hofstra, 70-67. Oregon State defeats Utah, 71-69. Utah Valley State defeats Texas Pan American, 88-77. Webb State over Northern Colorado, 64-54. North Carolina Greensboro over West Carolina, 75-58. Western Kentucky defeating UTSA, 83-71. William and Mary over Northeastern, 86-77. And Chattanooga defeats Wilford, 79-63. Coming soon, Racing Podcast Full Throttle and Racing Podcast Express Motorsports Talk coming soon to the podcast. And I'm leaving with we got a schedule next week, so I'll let you know about that. This is College Sports Check, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, apodradio.com, and also available at Spreaker.com, #Sports. So here is the schedule for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tonight at 5 o'clock, which is now, Columbia and Yale at 7 o'clock. It's Iona and Canisius, ESPN3, Fairfield and Monmouth, ESPN3, Harvard and Princeton, ESPNU. At 8 o'clock tonight, it's Central Michigan and Akron, the Chippewas and the Zips, 8 o'clock, CBS Sports Network. And then at 9 o'clock, it's St. Peter's and Siena, the Peacocks and the Saints, and that's on ESPNU, also ESPN3. And Saturday, here we go. A couple good games on Saturday. One big one is Michigan State and Michigan. That's always a big game. That's on CBS at 2 o'clock. Here's here's the lineup for Saturday. Starting at noontime, it's Marquette and Xavier, and that's on Fox Sports 1. Kansas and TCU, ESPN. Virginia and Pittsburgh, ESPN3. Boston College and Louisville, ESPN3. And those are the 12 o'clock games. So there's 4 games set for 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Again, Michigan State, the Spartans, and the Michigan Wolverines, 2 o'clock, CBS. And then also, it's Iowa State and Oklahoma State, and that's on ESPN2. So, Michigan State and Michigan on CBS, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, ESPN2, and both games at 2 o'clock. 2:30, it's Villanova and Providence on Fox Sports 1. 4 o'clock, the Purdue Boilermakers and the Maryland Terrapins on ESPN. Also for 4 o'clock, South Carolina, Texas A&M, ESPNU, and Florida and Kentucky on CBS. Boy, there's your Saturday right there. So you got Michigan State, 2 o'clock, followed by Florida and Kentucky at 4 o'clock, both on CBS, and that's going to be very interesting. Florida did a good job at West Virginia last weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see what prevails. And Kentucky, struggling a little bit this year, but there you go. At 4:30 on Saturday, it's Arizona and Washington. That's over on Fox. 2 games set for 6 o'clock. It's Oklahoma and Kansas State, ESPNU. Also, Dayton and George Mason. At 7 o'clock, it's North Carolina and Notre Dame, the Tar Heels and the Fighting Irish. 7 o'clock on ESPN. 8 o'clock, it's Baylor and Baylor and West Virginia on ESPN2. Also, Indiana and Penn State on the Big Ten Network. Wichita State, Illinois State at 10 o'clock on ESPN2. Sunday at 1 o'clock, here's a quick wrap-up for Sunday. Iowa and Illinois at 1 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Also, you have Miami and Georgia Tech on ESPNU. Then at 2 o'clock, it's SMU and South Florida, CBS Sports Network. And at 4 o'clock, it's Utah and Oregon, ESPN2. And, of course, the Super Bowl, which is on Sunday. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so program note for next week. Okay, College Sport Check, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we'll do Racing Podcast Express on Wednesday also. A quick rundown of what's coming up because racing kind of kicks into gear this upcoming weekend with the Sprint Unlimited. And for Racing Podcast fans, I'll explain some of the changes for the Racing Podcast. So it's RP Full Throttle, which will be the Thursday night podcast, and RP Express. But I will explain that to you in due time. But RP Express... Now, RP Express is going to be similar to College Sport Check. Just run down the results real quick. 1, 2, 3, boom. And then RP Full Throttle is going to be the full-blown racing podcast that we do every Thursday. So the first installment of the Racing Podcast Express is on Wednesday, and we're going to be doing that after College Sport Check. So just to let you know about that. And again, available at apodradio.com. Also available at Spreaker.com, #sports. Alright, so that's going to do it for today. Everybody be careful out there. We got some unexpected snow, but not too bad. Just take it easy out there. Alright, from New York, this is Manny Allegretta. Be good and be safe. And this has been College Sport Check. Go Broncos!
That's it, sports fans. Thanks for watching, and good night.